what this kinda looks like to you. Because I see something. Hello everyone and welcome to a new exhibit speed build for Jurassic World Evolution 2. In this video we are building 2 habitats with 2 log viewing galleries for 2 Deinocheirus ducks. For 2 ducks. The design starts with 2 circles, one inside the other. It just takes a little bit of trial and error to get the size of both of them right. The interior circle will be a guest area and the surrounding circle will be split into 2 separate habitats. For the size of these, what I was trying to get to, what I was trying to eyeball was have a guest area big enough for a couple of amenities, a hotel as well as the log viewing gallery entrances, and the habitat itself had to be wide enough at the widest part to accommodate 2 of those logs. Again, just trial and error. For these exhibit speed builds, I always build the exhibit itself as well as an accompanying guest area to inspire you for incorporating it into an overall park of your own. This time around, we're gonna start with the guest area instead of starting with the habitat, and the reason I did that is just in case I would run into an issue of the area being too big or too small. I could still change the size of both circles accordingly. If I'd already done the habitat, it would be much more of a hassle. I would be undoing a lot of my work if I had to change the size of the interior guest circle. I did get it right on the first try though, so yay me! I thought the size was great. I wanted to be able to fit several buildings and seating sections as well as gardens in there, and I could. Task accomplished. Initially, when I actually first thought of this concept, the guest area would be completely enclosed and only reachable via either Hyperloop or monorail, but those buildings were too big and I didn't want the circle to have to be so big to accommodate all of that, so that's why I decided to have it open up on one side, and this is where you would connect it to the rest of your park if you want to use this design in your own build. These habitat builds for me always start with a brainstorm, a sketch, and even some in-game tests to make sure that it's gonna pan out and work the way I imagined before I even start the build itself. And then I hope watching my videos allows you to just skip all of those steps and get right into building and feeling inspired. If I manage that, if you like these ideas, give the video a like and of course consider subscribing for more creative park building content like this. Once I did like the base work on the guest area, I started filling up the enclosures. The log viewing galleries I placed much earlier on because the entrance buildings of course needed to be part of the guest area, and I wanted to make sure that 2 log viewing galleries would fit pretty neatly into the like moon-shaped exhibit, and that the exhibit itself would be efficiently separated into 2 by the logs. In case you didn't know, larger dinosaurs can't walk under the logs, for obvious reasons. But smaller dinosaurs can. So the idea behind this exhibit was that this zoo has 2 Deinocheirus ducks. They have 2 ducks, and both of them were too dominant to be able to be housed together. You know, they would fight, so they had to separate them. But the other animals that the ducks share their habitat with should still be able to walk around as they please. So that is why the 2 log viewing galleries were placed, so that the ducks would always be separated, but the other species could move from one exhibit into the next. And for the other species, I just went with Dryosaurus in this case, but anything of about that height and smaller would work and would be able to travel under the logs. By the way, this might be obvious, but keep in mind that you can use my exhibit speed builds for any species you want. You can use this design for any other species in the game, whatever you prefer. I just pick certain ones as an example, and one day it is my dream to have a speed build for all species in the game. Oh boy. The idea to use the logs to separate bigger animals but let small animals travel unencumbered was first shared with me by Legion Yapper. Their comment got the ball rolling for me, and it rolled in a very different direction than what was suggested. I didn't go with the petting zoo route, but it just goes to show how a simple idea can turn into a very cool exhibit, and I really appreciate you guys sharing your awesome ideas in the comments with me, and also with just anybody else who happens to be scrolling through the comments instead of watching. You're doing that right now, aren't you? Come back up here. Come watch what I'm doing. No. No, I get it though. Like, the comment section itself is a source of inspiration and ideas, and that's exactly why the channel is called Evolution Square, because it's a public place where us crazy builders can come together and share ideas, without the toxicity and negativity of Reddit. During the build, you'll notice I went back and forth between the guest area and the habitat quite a bit. This usually happens for me when I'm doing detailing work. I'm a bit all over the place, but that just works for me, I guess. And I just keep going. I keep going from one corner to another until I feel like I've reached a high level of detail without overstuffing everything and making it look messy. Like, you want, at the end of the build, you want your plazas to still have open space for foot traffic and not be cluttered, and you want open spaces left in your exhibits for the animals to move about and be seen. But on the flip side, you want to have a lot of detail, so try to find a balance in that. And that's not really something that I have like a trick for. There's no formula, I think. I just hope that these videos give you an example of what I think the sweet spot kinda is. And then I trust you guys to just take it from there and maybe find like a different balance for yourself. Maybe you like fewer decorations. Perhaps that's also like something you have to keep in mind for whatever system you're running the game on. Perhaps you like an even higher level of detail, which is kudos to you. At the start, I asked you guys if this looks like anything to you, and I think Star Wars has ruined me, because basically whenever I see a circle within a circle, I think of the Death Star. Do you guys see it? I see it. I'm not the only one who sees it, right? If you're gonna use this in your parks, I think this design would be a great starting point for your build. Maybe even put the entrance building inside the inner guest area and fan the park out from this circular design. I love the Deinocheirus and I'm really happy with how this turned out. If you've made it this far, thank you, and I think you might also like my other exhibit speed builds as well. So I'll link those in a playlist at the end for you to get inspired by. Let me know if you enjoyed this build by leaving a like and a comment. Are you gonna build this? Are you gonna build this for Deinocheirus or for another dinosaur? Let me know. Thank you so much for watching, liking, subscribing, and until next time, enjoy the game!